Hello and welcome to No Man's Sky, everybody. ElanPaul here. We're going to do kind of a special thing tonight. As the description dictates there, we're going to be doing a stranded run. Now, I have put into the description the actual rules behind it, but what we're going to do here is I'm going to actually go through it with you as well. So what a stranded run is something that was developed by our good friend Beeblebum in regards to a different type of no starter ship challenge. Basically, the premise behind the stranded run, we're going to go ahead and kill the music for a second here. The premise behind this stranded run is this, that you're marooned on an uncharted planet. So just like a regular game starts up, you have no memory of how you got there. You're driven by a pressing goal, and that is to return to your home world. But the only visible route is through a portal. So we actually have to find the portal on the planet that we start out on. Now, our expertise is that we're a high-level engineer. We're well-versed in the basics of Exocraft, Multitool technologies, but we have a little bit of a gap there. And the gap is that the mechanics of Exomech and Spaceships elude us. So in other words, the big mech that you can get, can't use it. We can't fix spaceships. That's a very important factor there. We can't fix them. However, we have to have a way of getting around the planet. So we have access to all the other exocrafts that we want to build. But we can pilot a spaceship. We have the ability to pilot one, but we need a pilot's license. So the way this works is we're going to start out with a special save. We're going to set it up in survival extreme rather than permadeath. So as you'll follow with me here, the music will probably kick back on here in just a second. We're going to go over here, start a new game. And we're going to go to custom, and we're going to set this to survival, but we're going to max out just about everything. So if we go to save deleted, it automatically turns this into permadeath. We can't do that. We're also not going to go with an abandoned, and I'll explain why in just a moment. So as we set these up, here we go, expensive purchases, harsh inventory stack limits, enemy strength challenging, we want to go ahead and do that. We do have to disable the tutorials, and there's a reason for that. The reason is we need access to all the recipes, and that includes the exocrafts. So we have to have that, so we're going to disable that. Fishing, reputation, stand really don't make a difference, but we're going to go ahead and do that. We are going to go ahead and lock out our difficulties as well. Okay, so disabled, okay, we got that. Let me see here. Now, we're going to avoid the storylines as much as we can. That's why the tutorial missions have been disabled. We are not allowed to cheat, obviously. That's always a big rule in these. No duping, no glitching, no save scumming, any of that baloney. And the starter ship is not allowed. As far as we know, this ship doesn't even exist at this point. The challenge is that we have to stay on the starter planet. We're not allowed to leave. Now, pulsing, if you do happen to get a ship, as we'll explain later, if you do happen to get a ship, you can take it to another part of the planet that you're on, but you can't go to the space station, you can't go to another planet, you can't exit the planet and go to an asteroid storm or anything like that. Okay, an asteroid field. So you have to do everything there. All right. So, getting it just into the outer atmosphere and pulsing, okay, that's fine. All right, so what else we got? So the way we're going to do this, now the main rules call for building a roamer. That particular exocraft, but you can do anything you like. I am partial to the Pilgrim. I like the Pilgrim a lot better, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's see what else. We have to locate a portal, so the usual methods for doing that, we'll show you how to do that. If we find a crashed ship, now what'll happen is the dead pilot's license is there for us, and we can forge a new license. So what happens is, let's say I stumble across a fighter. I now have access to a pilot's license for any fighter-style starship. If I find a hauler, same thing. You now have access to a pilot's license for using haulers, things like that. So that all works out really well. So if you get a hauler license and you really don't want to because they're very, very expensive ships, you can go for another crash ship. But keep in mind, if you found a hauler, most likely the next one you find is going to be a hauler, so you may have to live with it. So there's that. So you have that. That's the pilot's license version of this. So that's the only way to get a license is finding a crashed ship. You can try to find another ship if you want. Most likely it won't work. Then with that license, if you do find a landing platform, you can then purchase that style of ship from somebody else. As long as you don't have to repair it, you're good for piloting it. So good there. Finally, getting to the portal, traveling to the new location, and we have a particular planetary symbol, portal code that we can use in order to get there. So no problem there either. All right, so that's the main rules here. So we have a portal code of a planet that we're going to go to. Now, we don't have to find a ship. We can use our Exocraft the entire time and just get to the portal and call it a day. So there's that. So just like any other no starter ship challenge, we can access every building, we can talk to pilots coming or going. It really doesn't make a difference. So it's a simplified channel in that sense, but we can't repair any ships. And that's where this kind of gets a little bit stuck, because you do have to come up with the money to buy one. Sorry, I had to pause there for just a second. Okay. All right, so we got a timer going to see how long it's going to take us to do this. We got everything set. I'm going to go ahead and start the game. Anything I missed, go ahead and check it out in the section down below under the description, and you should have all the rules there. So anything I didn't quite cover, it's down there. So we should appear right next to our crashed starship, but again, we're ignoring it. It doesn't exist. Usually in this kind of scenario too, on an abandoned one, we appear with a base computer here, but it looks like our starship is nowhere nearby, so it's over there. Again, we're ignoring it. We're on a cold planet. That is freaking awesome. This is usually one of the best types of planets to start on. You'll notice we have everything available to us, right? So we can find anything we want. We can gather nanites if we want to purchase upgrades, but we aren't really going to need them unless they're going to be for ourselves. So what I'm looking around for is I'm looking for any... oh, this is a bone planet? Interesting, ancient bones. They don't really help us at all because they're, you know, they're not really going to help us. Let's put it that way, those kind of things. Because bones just, they don't sell well, if you will. So... all right, let's head into the cave. We're going to build our strength back up here, get our hazard protection back to normal, and we're going to get some cobalt while we're here. Now, one thing I want to look for is I want to look for silver, because we can build exocrafts, so I want to see what I can find here. Actually, you know what we should do? Secondary element is silver. Look at that. So we won't get a lot of silver. We'll get a couple here, a couple there. But we need, I think, about 100 silver, if I remember correctly, to build a pilgrim. Alright. Be great if we can find silver. But we're going to grab some carbon here while we're here. Alright, let's get some carbon. Still having a situation with my having to clear my throat all the time, so I'm sorry about that. So this is kind of a bonus video that I'm going to come out with for you folks, because I have a sneaky suspicion that at the time I'm recording this that we're going to have something coming out very, very soon in regards to No Man's Sky, so we're going to be keeping an eye open for that. Alright, I think, how much do we have? Wrong button. Alright, got a good, almost 1,000, pardon me, 100 cobalt. Yeah, alright, good. So we got 100. We'll be able to make 10 batteries with that. That'll be good. I'm going to get rid of the marrow bulbs. We'll find plenty of sodium up top. We don't need to refine that. Let's see. And what we can do is look at these guys here. See, we got one that's gold. I'm going to go ahead and grab it, because if we can't get any silver, the gold will come in handy. And at the very least, I can sell it later. You know, I should have checked. I didn't even bother checking. I'm sure you guys saw how much silver I had, but I'm going to get some more cobalt for the extra silver I can get out of it. Okay, we're up to 18. Okay, that's all right. I'd like to find one that is all silver, if it's at all possible. real quick. 16, okay. There we go, 4. Alright, just wanted to even it out because I don't want to carry a whole lot of it with me. So, cobalt, cobalt, cobalt. All cobalt there with the silver byproduct, but that's okay. Don't look all the way up at those guys because they will be problematic for me. All the plants that can attack me, if you will, up like those I just looked at. Crap. The field of hacking for those guys is pretty close, so... Alright, I don't think we have any here. I was hoping for one that was all silver. It would have been much, much better. Check down here real quick. This is kind of important because the sooner we can get a Exocraft, the faster we can get off this planet. Alright. Cobalt. I don't even have to look. It's basically the color. Like if you see these, like this one has gold and silver. If the emblem on it goes to gold, it means it's got a secondary metal on it. So that's why we're grabbing those. I didn't want any cobalt. Good, I didn't get any. Not that any extra cobalt's gonna hurt me. Might as well just keep that in mind. But those are all cobalt. Oh, you did get some extra gold, so that's kind of nice. We're almost at a point with gold that we can do something with it. And it looks like we have another exit over here, so that's good. Take the other exit. Oh, don't look at him. Yeah, alright. Well, alright, we'll have to go somewhere else and look for more silver. Does this planet have any on it now that I think about it? It's got dioxide. Alright, because sometimes I forget that, and that these planets can have actual silver on them. Silver deposits, and that would be just fabulous, but it doesn't always happen that way. We got dioxide, so that's good. We won't die. Our life support will be in good shape. Yeah. Okay, good deal. Yeah, got a tree down here. We might just take that tree. Go ahead and take it. That's going to give us a little extra carbon until our charge is depleted. We had a pretty good amount of carbon, though. This should give us a lot more because of how long it's taken to get through it. At least that's the theory. Not bad. 40. That's not terrible. Pardon me. There we go. Alright, what are you guys? Come on, one of you gotta have silver for me, right? Or maybe some gold. Maybe we will be making a roamer, I don't know. Not bad. These caves are pretty good, man. It's a good long cave. Cobalt silver, cobalt silver. Cobalt. Yeah, see, this is the tough part of these runs is once you have to do a lot of grinding in the beginning in order to find what you're looking for. But once you get going, oh, there's one, silver. It really works out well. Alright. Alright, so we ended up with another 28. That's not quite enough. We got not quite 50. Yeah, what do you know? Subterranean relics, yeah. They're just going to take up all of our space while we're trying to look at the other stuff that's around here. If you're fortunate, there's more than one silver one around. And sometimes when they're close by like each other, like really, really close to each other, sometimes you'll get more than one silver. 2 or 3 if you're fortunate, but now we've got 2, so we're probably up to the 70s, 77. We need 23 more. We need one more good one. Oh, get away from that guy. Too late. I have to take him out. Didn't think I was that close. Oh, there's one more. Yeah, that should be all of them, it looks like. Alright. Alright, so what do we got here? Okay. So, we're short by 23. We only get like 1 or 2 per the regular cobalt ones. We have enough carbon to get by, so if we want to, what we can do is we can hit up a whole bunch of these cobalt ones and get extra silver. See, I got 3 silver out of that. Oh, go to the lower ones. There we go. Alright. Another 4 more silver, that was good. So we might be able to get the rest real quick this way. Real quick being subjective, of course. Alright, how'd we do? We're at 98. So you know what? Let's just get one more. And that should be enough to get what we're looking for. We only need 2 more silver. And there we go. That should do it. It only gave us 1. Go figure. Alright, we'll hit one of the ones on the way back here. $100. We got 1 more out of it. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to need some ferrite dust in order to make the batteries that we're looking for. And we'll go from there. Alright, let's see. Should be... There we go. There's the outside world. Well, it's a heck of a hole that I'm in right here. Alright, so the regular ship is that way. I always like to check my planet. Wow, I'm all the way in the north. Alright, so we need to head south. There's no doubt about it. So that way, so we're going to be passing close by our crashed ship here at some point. Let's see what it's going to cost to build us, what we're looking for. Okay, you're probably already seeing a problem so far. We'd have to put down a base computer, I'm guessing. So, what I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for some place to crash. No pun intended. I'm looking for some place that I can go and maybe find a shelter or something like that that I can duck into and protect myself. I mean, if we were to find a crashed ship, there's no harm in jumping in the ship. Okay, we're kind of in a bowl here, aren't we? Just realized that. That's a big cliff over there. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go around to the left here. I think I saw an opening. Yeah, we're in the bottom of a ravine. Look at that. I never started in the bottom one of these before. That's interesting. Alright, interesting. So that's new. Pure ferrite. Ferrite. We definitely need to start with that. So I'm going to get as much ferrite as I can, because that'll help me make the batteries that I'm going to need. And look at that cold drop. just in case the secondary element's of use to me. Since we have to get through a portal, we're going to need dihydrogen. This will give us sodium, so that's good. Alright. A lot of rocks over here. Let's make one of those batteries real quick. Go. Alright. I'm just going to gather what I can now, because I know I'm going to need a lot of ferrite dust. I think I have to make pure ferrite or magnetized. I'm not sure which one. Little plant. That was nice. Alright, let's go ahead and get this one last rock, and then we're going to head up this cliff face. Hopefully our backpack, jetpack I should say, will get us all the way up there straight up. It's weird. A lot of carbon, but I could have swore we had some ferrite right there. I'll grab the carbon just because it's there, but I'm very curious about something. Alright, well, guess not. Up we go. And it looks like we're considered vertical, so that's good. Alright, it's going to start dropping here till we get up to there. There we go. A little bit higher. A little bit higher. There we go. We're good. Alright. What in the world is all this? Okay. Pardon me. I saw 3 barrels and I thought maybe I had some buried something or other. I'm going to go ahead and take the rusted metal for now. Microprocessor. That could come in handy. Alright, so we're headed south. Let me take another look through here and see if there's anything to see. We've got bones everywhere. My gosh. Not something I normally see on a regular basis. Alright, that's east, that's south. Alright. Buried technology is going to be our friend. There we go. Alright. Like I said, another shelter. Cave is going to be fine for us, but I think a shelter will be better off. Okay, we've got some damaged technology over there too. Alright. Yep, I knew that. So let's look around for some plants. Or dihydrogen if we can find some. This one at 258. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk. I am not going to run anymore. Just to play it safe, and maybe we can have it extend just long enough for me to make it all the way there. You've got to be kidding. That is fantastic. I'll take it. Wow, that just doesn't happen, man. We just got thermal protection right on our first attempt. Yeah, I'll take that too. Alright, that should be more than enough for the rusted metal. There we go. The buried tech is over here. Careful with the jetpack. I'm really not interested in the bones. Where is that? There it is, the hydrogen. So we're going to head over this way. It's a lot of bones. You're not going to get a pristine bone or anything like that, and not going to really fight a guardian right now, because that could hurt us more than help us. You know what? Dihydrogen. We can make a dihydrogen jelly, then we can make a life support gel out of it. We'd only have to make the one. That'll get us by. And again, we need dihydrogen anyway, so. And as long as we're not moving, we're not using life support, you notice. By the way, one of the rules is that we treat this like it's permadeath. So if we mess up, you know, and die, then we have to start all over again. We have to delete the save and start over. Alright, I think we have enough. And we already had one jelly. I picked one up. Darn it. Okay. Alright, we're good. Let's go to the dioxide anyway. Okay, looks like we're going in the right direction too, because just saw a ship streak overhead to the right, so that would normally indicate that we're going in the right way. Oh, it's a false. No, wait a minute. There's dioxide here. Yep, it's dioxide. We're good. Alright, I figure we get a couple hundred of this. This will be more than enough, this particular deposit. If there's a couple hundred in it. There we go. Now the good thing is that we can recharge our protection with dioxide as well. So as we run across these deposits, we should probably get some more of it, because not just good for life support these days. Alright. Alright, I think we're in good shape. Oh, you know what? Those guys are circling. They're circling. There's a landing platform right over here. Holy mackerel. Well, the good news is that that'll give me the ability to build something nearby. And all these landing platforms usually have a at least something nearby, another building or something nearby that we can use as a resource for the time being. So we're going to follow these circling ships and head over there. Well, that's fortuitous, wouldn't you say? Thing is, I can't take any of the ships unless I have a pilot's license for one of them. And I can't purchase any of them unless I get a lot more money. So that is probably, yep, there it is, trading post. Alright, so we got to start looking around at other stuff. That's amazing. Now, finding a monolith is also quite important, because we have to find the portal on this planet. It's the only way we're getting out of here. We're not allowed to use the hyperdrive, if you will. So even if we get a ship first before we can find a portal, well, there you are. Now, another way to find a portal is not just finding a monolith, but finding a monolith is most important, because if you get an exocraft, you can also upgrade it so you can look for the portal. Now, we didn't want to make it too easy. Beeblebum did not want to make it too easy, I should say, because we don't want to be able to find crashed ships. Hence the reason why we can't use the main exocraft for that, the Exomech. I'm looking for other buildings. I know the trading outpost is there, but I want to see if other buildings are going to pop up. So far, nothing, but that's okay. See? Dioxide. There we go. Alright, what do we got here? Knowledge stone. Alright. And we are going to take a look at these ships, and I want to see how much they're running. Hauler for 34, huh? Yeah. I was afraid of that. Really surprised we haven't seen any other buildings nearby, but... Alright, well, let's head over to it. We've only picked up one buried tech, so we'll sell it for now. Maybe there's some items we can pick up while we're here. Little trick, once you get on the ladder, if you hold still, go up, you can use your jetpack. Usually while you're up there, but now it can't charge while I'm climbing, so I'm going to climb up the rest of the way. Hey, we got a traveler. Okay, we have no... I forgot we have no nanites right now, do we? Yeah, that's a problem. 105 is all we have. Actually, I don't know. Maybe it's that... Pardon me, I think we need 180, if I remember correctly. Alright, let's see, what can I sell? So we're going to sell the gold. We don't need that. Salvage data. Microprocessor. Okay, that'll work for now. We don't have much, but what do they have? We have some metal plates, which I know we're going to need. Some pyrite. Okay, well, that's interesting. Hey, buddy, what's up? So, animals. And while we're standing here, is there any other buildings nearby? I don't see any. Again. Very odd. Let's see. Buried cache over there, that could be worth checking out. Wow, that is like the tiniest little shuttle I've seen in an age. 17 million A-class. Wow. Really, really good polished turd, apparently. That one is an A-class hauler for 55 million. I get the feeling this is going to be tougher than I thought. How about you? C-class, and that is 12 million for that one. How about you? That's an Explorer class. A-class for 16. So if we're fortunate, we'll get somebody with a C-class that drops in for like about 6 or 7 million. But we don't even know what kind of ship we're going to be allowed to get, if we even get one. So, all right. So let's take a look. We're going to have to search around here. Let's put down a base computer. We don't have any chromatic metal. Yeah. Let's see. Is there any copper nearby? Some there. Alright, let's go after some copper. We'll come back and drop a base computer here and see what we can build as far as Exocraft is concerned. Oh, money? Yeah. Alright, so there's another animal. How many animals do we need? 7 all total. Okay. Guarantee there's a flyer out there someplace. I didn't check, but I almost guarantee there's something's got to be flying around besides ships. And we'll keep an eye open for any other creatures while we're at it. There's one. Okay, so that's number 3. It's kind of chilly, isn't it? There's number 4. We already found an underground one, so that's good. I can only hope that there's only the one. There's number 5. Okay. And we'll check real quick here. Flying and one more underground, of course there is. The second underground one is always going to be the toughest. Did it say anything about the bird? Diurnal. So it's only it's only out during the day. What time of day is it? 10:30 in the morning. So we should see one out here. I don't see anything yet. Probably saw some earlier and I didn't think to look at them, but it is what it is. We were more concerned about survival at that point. That was weird. Alright, here we go. We are going to need a decent amount of chromatic metal. This is not a great deposit at all. As you can see, it's kind of mottled looking like a tortoise shell. That usually means it's a weak deposit. We're going to get a lot more silicate out of it instead. So I'm going to go to medium setting and just get rid of this deposit. We'll get probably about the same out of it as if we did it in a small setting, to be honest, and take half the time. Alright. We need at least 60 to start with. We'll need more, of course, but that'll work for now. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we got about 100. Oh, no, 400. Got 400. I didn't see those, so that might help. 98. I need 2 more copper if it'll give it to me. 1. One more. Good, right? Excellent. So we got 400 copper. That's 200 chromatic metal. Alright, excellent. Take a look at buildings, or 4 buildings over here while we're here out this far. I don't see anything. Which is really weird. I kind of expected to see more buildings, but no, nothing here. Alright, let's go back. We're going to drop some dioxide in there. Man, can't see a blessed thing there. Wow. Right? See if I can wake my way through this. Okay, there we go. Which we can also use dioxide for. Hence the reason why I want to get more dioxide to begin with. Is it that way? Yeah, it is. Okay. Anything along the way? Anything more we can sell? We got buried cash over there, 300. Yeah. The hills are not very pretty at all. Mineral. Right here. There it is. Gotta get rid of some of the silicate powder too. Okay, what do we get out of that? Oh, Herox. Very nice. I forgot about that. Those stones give silver and gold depending upon what kind of stone they are. Herox, I believe, gives silver if I remember correctly. Wow, how is he walking on that? Can you tell me? Oh crap, we might fall down a hole. There we go. Those guys have already scanned, I believe. Any underground creatures? No? How about any flying ones? Oh, there they are. Alright, so we got our birds. Now we just need an underground creature to round out the ones we need. Let's grab some sodium. Okay, good. Alright, that's going to give us nanites. We're up to 148. So if we can pick up one more before we head back over there, that would be really good. Buried cash. Okay, let's grab that. Need about another 35 nanites. Unless we can find another underground creature. You know, anytime you look at the ground and you see what looks like, you know, subterranean relics like that, keep looking down for a little bit and make sure no red dots appear. Because that means you got a cave-dwelling one down there. You can go after an underground creature, so not a bad idea. The great thing about buried cache, by the way, is that you really don't have to dig for it. It's so close to the ground, or to the surface, if you will, that you can just pick it up. Just checking, because sometimes the underground creatures come above ground. Alright. Hyperdrive module. Not that we can use that. We could sell it if we could find someone to sell it to, but that's useless to me, so I cannot actually use it. If you really think about it, you can't sell them to anybody. Alright, damaged machinery will give us some nanites. Is that? Sure is. Look at that. Condensed carbon. Always a very helpful commodity to come across. Okay, any more? There was one more. And I'm going to grab the dihydrogen too. You need about, I believe it's like 16 per glyph, so 16, 32, 64? No, 5 of them, so 80, right? 74, 84, 90, 90, my bad. Alright, so we should have enough nanites now. No, we don't. So we got an upgrade out of that one. Oh, Fred. That's just money in my pocket right there. Okay, there's our 30 nanites. And which side opened? That side opened, so that means that the unit is here, which is just a little bit too buried to get, so we're gonna have to dig for it. Alright. So, how many? We're up to 177. We're literally just a few shy. Alright. Another one right over there. We can hit that one real quick. It's actually really close. Yeah, we know we could at least sell them. Hey, look, buried tech. Okay. Alright. And there's the nanites we need. Okay, let's head over this way. We'll check for buried tech on the way, or that other animal, I should say, at some point. Okay, nope, we're not seeing them. Kinda stinks. Hoping we get that one last guy. Good. Alright. So time for us to make a base computer, a refiner, not necessarily in that order. So you got some caves over here we'll have to keep an eye open on, because maybe the elusive one will show up. If we're fortunate. Time. Just making sure he doesn't show up all of a sudden, because there is a couple of cave-like areas right here. Sometimes they show up close to the surface and we can nab them real quick, but I don't see them. Alright. See if we can do it right this time. And there we go. And while we're here... oh, 250 nanites. Oh, you jerk. Great, so we need more nanites than that. Alright, it is what it is. So let's sell the stuff that we picked up along the way. Let's see, I'm going to get rid of... there, 10. And we can get rid of the frozen tubers, no big deal. The Herox is worth more whole than it is separate. I'm going to hang on to it for a minute just so we can get some other things done. Ooh, while we're here, I need a metal plate. Because I can make one, but it's easier if I have what I need. We have just enough oxygen to take care of this. Alright. Let's see. So we'll put this in here. Where's your copper? Where's the big copper? There it is. Put them in at 150 at a time. We only need 30, but we're going to make it all. Since we're going to make it all, I'm going to go ahead and put in all the carbon now that I think about it. Alright. How much is that? A-class still, 15 mil. Fighters, 6 million, that's good. 6.7 million. Okay, so if we can find a crashed fighter, that would be awesome. But again, we may not need it. We'll see what happens. We're just using this as a base of operations at the moment. We're protected from the elements, so that's a good thing. Oh, that's the money. Yeah, see? Yeah. Alright, we should have enough to make a base computer now. base computer. Like that. Alrighty, come on in. There we go. Alright, so this should give us the ability to build more. Let me see. I do not. Now I am almost certain I thought I had all of my recipes unlocked. I know we can't change it. Yeah, I can't even check it. I can't even check it. So I thought we had all of our recipes unlocked, but maybe I forgot to do that. That would not be good. And I can't go back in the video and check. Ha ha ha. Because I'm actually doing it right now. Alright, what about construction research? We can do 20 magnetized ferrite, so 40 ferrite. How much ferrite we got? We got enough. Okay. Unless that did that unit have more in it? I'm going to check in a minute. Let's go ahead and get some more copper in here. There we go. Alright, what do you got? We got rusted metal, that's it. Okay. Alright. So we'll have to make our own magnetized. Unless one of the pilots happens to have some. 12 million. 11 million. 6.7 again. Fighter's going to be the way to go if I can find them. These guys may or may not have anything. Yeah, silver. I'll go ahead and grab it. Now we can sell the Herux. Tritium. Alright. Must have just entered his ship. Okay. Tritium, frost crystals, okay. Yeah, you're not going to help me any. I love how it gives you the wrong thing that you need to do. Alright, here we go. So, we need to sell the Herox. Let me see here. We've got a lot of silicate powder we can get rid of. Ferrite. There you are. 60. Okay. And we need a carbon nanotube. Got it. I'm hoping that the construction terminal will tell us what we're looking for. Where's the silicate powder? There it is. Good grief. I'm going to sell about 400 of it. That should be good. Just to get it out of my inventory. Oh, the Herox, I forgot. Hold on. I keep saying I'm going to hang on to it just in case. I have a funny feeling I might need it. I don't know. There we go. There we go. And that'll give us our magnetized. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to load this up with the rusted metal that we have in our inventory and get a bunch more ferrite, because we're going to end up needing it. Alright, good deal. Okay. And construction unit now. Buildable technology. Let me see what we got here. So we'll need that. Some more buried tech to get by. Yep, we cannot acquire any of them. I must have done this wrong. I must not have gotten the exocrafts and all the recipes unlocked, because I shouldn't have to do this. So we may have to change this up a little bit. Actually, I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need it. Okay. And I can't use this or sell it, so I'm going to get rid of that. Let's make one life support gel just to use that up. Okay. Alright, so gathering up all the silver may have been the wrong way to go, because I can't figure out what I'm going to have to do here. That's going to be tough. We'll get as much as we can out of the full amount of that, and then we're going to head out of here. C-class shuttle for 12. So this may turn out to be harder than I thought. So we're going to keep heading south. We'll leave the base computer here. We're only allowed one base at a time, so we can't build anything else, since I must have forgotten to turn on the recipes. I could have swore I unlocked all recipes. I really, really did. I thought I did. But I'm guessing I did not. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to get all that out of there. Okay, how much do we have in our inventory so far? 190 ferrite, that's pretty good. Okay, I thought it took 30 ferrite. Magnetized, I guess I was wrong. Okay, we'll get rid of the rest of our metal. Herox we're considering. Okay, sounds like it ended. Yep, it did. Alright, 46 more. And we will take you with us. But we'll leave the base computer so we know where there's a trading platform at. Alright, so we're going to have to do this the really hard way. We'll have to do it on foot. So, south we go. And we're going to need money. So, we'll have to get a lot more than what we have. And we'll be bouncing around between these. This is going to make it a little more difficult. Because with a roamer or with a pilgrim or something like that, it makes it a lot easier to traverse, obviously, the terrain. Faster traversing of said terrain. And we can find monoliths that way. Now we're just going to have to look for one. Could have used you earlier. Of course you're going to give me cadmium. Alright. Always look in all directions for buildings. Okay, buried cash galore today. And we're going to have to need another dioxide field because... Yes. You understand why. Got our danites. So we can hit that traveler up when we get back. Yeah, at a time period I don't need bones. It's funny how many bones I'm going to find. I thought I saw something yellow over here. Yes, I did. We're about ready to start introducing sentinels into the mix, so they should start showing up by daylight, I think. There we go. And that'll come in handy for the portal later on. Oh boy. That was thick. That was a thick, thick forest that we're trying to blow through here. We are literally stuck in that forest. Okay. Species, that's going to be more nanites. Okay, let's take a look. Alright. And we want to stay up here a little bit if we can. Another buried cache. We'll keep going in that direction. Wow. All right. 400 nanites, that's good. The buried cache, so this planet has a lot of them. We're going to use the ancient data structures if we can. Hopefully we can get there before the sentinels start showing up, but I don't know, 4 o'clock in the morning, it's going to start getting bright here soon. How much stones? How far out is these ancient data? Okay, 180. Right. May not give me anything of what I'm looking for, but we'll use that this time. Okay, that's south for us. But the data structures are over here. Let's hit the data structures and we'll head back. These trees are just way too thick. Yeah, all we got is navigation data. Oh well, worth a shot. Okay. And it's daylight, so again, the sentinels should start showing up soon. There they are. Oh, I called that, didn't I? Alright. Strange how we haven't found any buildings. Hopefully one doesn't pop out of the ground right now, one of those sentinels. Because this was a pretty decent find of condensed carbon. Alright. Very nice. Okay, good. Metal fingers on this planet, that's very nice. Okay, more nanites. That one's close to the surface. Back to the south. Okay. So good to know that there's metal fingers here. If we need uranium and things like that, we can get it here. But right now, that's not as important as some of the other items we need. We need money. So buried tech is going to be on the menu. Like that one right over there, but that is heading due east. Almost back, not quite the way we came, but... Crap, right in the middle of it. I should get swallowed by that thing. Thunk. Right in the middle of that plant. We're sorry, dummy. This is nice right over here. Kind of wide open. I would expect to find something over here. There ain't nothing. Bunch of frost warp. Got another buried crystal over there. Nothing else. Wow. We're sorry, sir. There's a whole lot of nothing where you're at. For all the ships that I saw there, you'd think it would have been a little bit more populous. Thought I got rid of that. Alright, underwater protection on a planet that has no water on it. Fantastic. Alright. I see nothing. I know nothing. Another buried cache. Let's head towards it. We are going to have to find some dioxide soon. We're good on sodium. We could use it, but... more frostwort. Look through this while we're waiting for everything to recharge. I see nothing over here either. Okay. That's interesting. Anybody else have a ringing in their ear for just a moment there? I'm going to put this up here for now just to get it out of my inventory. I can't sell it anyway, so... remember, can't go to a space station. What are you? Dioxide over that way. Machinery isn't too far. Let's go ahead and hit it. Since it's right there. Mining module, how nice. There. It's a nice one too. Okay. That way, dioxide that way. Let's go to this one. It's a little further out, but that's okay. Ancient data again. Oh, that's the other thing. We can get rid of that from our inventory, I think, right? Yeah, let's get rid of that. There we go.
Support power low.
All right.
Technology recharge.
I'm going to get rid of the rest of our rusted metal. We don't need any of the ammunition. Okay, good. Carry on. Yep, might as well do it. Get some words going while we can, right? Okay, Gek planet, good to know as well. We should have known that from the trading platform, but hey, you know. Okay. This is a very nice one. Very nice deposit we got here. This will keep us going for a while. So we're up to over 100 already. What we had left over. Definitely got to have 200 by now. I think each of our slots can hold up a maximum of 300, if I remember correctly. Let's see how much we got. 260, so we need 40 more. So once we hit 161, we should be good. Close enough, right? About 16 more. Ah, I went over by 1. There, problem solved. Ha. Okay, back to the south. So we got bones, and you know, the thing I'm not finding, as you are also well aware, is I'm not seeing any buildings. So this becomes a problem. Really thought heading south would give us more of an option to find more buildings, but I didn't think we landed that hard. Bones everywhere. Did you notice that? It's kind of amazing. Didn't expect to see so many. So damaged machinery means buried technology, so we're going to go ahead and grab it. See, now that hurt. 8,000 steps. Yeah. I get the feeling there's going to be more. Because like I said, I messed up. I don't think I turned on the recipes, and I'm trying to figure out how I didn't do that. Weapon charge depleted. Yeah, sure enough, look at that.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Didn't think I dug that much.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Ah, that's enough. Hey, we got a building in front of us finally. Alright. I mean, granted, there should have been buildings all the way around that landing, trading post, I should say. I call it a landing platform, but trading post, I guess, is the official term. And it's a observation tower. Famous music to indicate that we're close to one. Okay, we can head over there. It's not going to hurt us one way or the other to do so. Yeah, that was kind of a failed attempt at what we just did. Oh well, no big deal.
Thermal protection falling.
Right in front of us, there it is. So while we're here, we'll take a quick look around to make sure we're not seeing anything else. What, you just noticed me, dude? I was just like right there. Yeah, I know. It's first time for everything this game. Pissed off the Sentinels for the first time. Alright. Wow, this is kind of a bare place here. Alright. Okay, we got a save point. Couple extra nanites. This will allow us to take a look around as well, make sure there's not another building nearby. As rarely are they just separated by this stuff, but that's okay. And I'm not seeing anything, so we're going to start heading south again. Yeah. I have to recharge everything here.
Technology recharge.
looks like we got another building. This time it's a beacon. We'll go ahead and take the beacon, though. We haven't had to use one in a while. Or since we started this particular playthrough. So let's go ahead and do it. We can do it once. So maybe it'll find something of interest to us. Minor settlement with a better multi-tool. It's okay. And while we're here, always take a look around, because you never know when you're running right past something that you could use. This. Yeah, here we go. It's cloudy, so we'll see what we can see, if anything. Alright. Definitely not looking at the south. So, something up there. Minor settlement, of course. 9 hours away. Yeah, we won't be doing that. Curious as to what's up there. I think it was just a copper deposit. Yeah, I was right. Alright, anything else going that way? No? Okay. South it is. Launch fuel. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, it's this way. Unburied tech. Let's go into our inventory and get rid of it. Don't need that. Or that. Okay, good. Got a bunch of slots we can still use, so that's going to be fine. Okay. Must be the machinery I saw. Okay, straight ahead. And we're almost back to nightfall again. Ooh, solar ship. Very nice. Okay, goes with this guy here. More nanites, that's fine. I need buildings. More importantly, I need crashed ships. Beautiful sunset, though.
Protection falling.
Of us. Definitely don't have enough money yet. But we're getting there. Okay, that is not something we want to drop down into if we can avoid it. So I think we may be skipping that one there. getting into those ravines is not pleasant, and you already saw me get stuck in one, so, or start out in the one that I got me stuck in, so.
Ground protection falling.
10,000 steps? Yo. I don't know why they do 8 and then 10.
Life support power low.
Seems kind of odd to me.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
We'll need more oxygen sometime in the near future. Very cash. Yeah, let's mark it. It's right in line with our technology as well. Alright. So this one may not be done in one shot. We may have to do another recording of this. So I was hoping to be well on my way with a nice exocraft and burning through the terrain. Wow. Caster module, huh? Most this will do is give us wiring looms, which is a very handy thing to have. But unless we can find something else soon, it is for naught. I don't usually see a knowledge stone this distant. It's very strange. Now, if we run across a monolith, that would be really nice. There's a lot of data down there. A lot of points of interest, but no buildings. Slipped around to the west for a minute. Let's go this way. Buried cache. Looks like we got some buried tech. There we go. Gotta admit, these woods are very... Okay. What do we got for these? 468. So they're worth 900 apiece. 2 stacks. So 1.8. Okay, 2.3. So not quite 3 million is what we ended up with so far. So we're halfway there, but we're not going to have enough in our inventory space in order to take up exactly what we need, since we need at least 6.8 million if we find a fighter. Okay, this way we go. And again, I've noticed no buildings. Very sparse ley line.
Ground protection
Oh.
falling.
Not what I was looking for. Another one on the edge of the ravine. But like really right here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that one gave us copper. anything down below. We're going to start sliding towards the west, I think. I think that'll be wise. See what we can find along this trajectory. South isn't really working for us. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Okay, that's why. Another bowcaster nozzle. What do you know? Okay. Stick it there for now. There we go. Base is that way, but there ain't nothing else over here, so we can go west. We can get through these trees. There we go. Wow. To another ravine. So we're crossing the bridge between ravines. It's crazy. At least it looks like we found a minor settlement 9 hours away. That's not what I was looking for. Thought it was another building, but I guess I was wrong. Again. Alright. Damaged machinery, straight ahead. Literally climbing up a tree trunk. It's weird. Okay. Bones. And more bones. This may be a bust. This is an actual horrible, horrible scenario. But I will probably post this anyway of what not to do. I mean, the most that I can hope on happening now is that I accidentally run across a ship. I can turn back around and head back to the trading outpost. As wonderful as this planet is, being on a cold planet and all, it's horrible the fact that I cannot find any decent settlements or anything else other than that first landing platform. So literally we have nothing to go with. It says there's broken machinery in front of me, but I have a funny feeling. Yeah, it's in a cave. Well, it's been a while since we've been in a cave. Let's go ahead and check it out, shall we? Bigger. There we go. Buried technology will be over here, but I can't dig down, so can't get it. Alright. The only thing I can hope for down here, being we're in a cave, is that we'll find that extra 7th creature that has not been discovered yet. You can't deal with the plants, just destroy the ground. Wow. A minor settlement is definitely not going to help me. Really thought we'd find a creature down here. That was close. Well, alright, let's pop back out to the surface. Underground Kingdom. I should be finding the extinct animals down here, is what you should find. Yeah, heard it from me first. Alright. I forgot to start the timer. So I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm going to start it now. I'm sure you were all saying at the beginning, you forgot to start the timer, you forgot to start the timer. Always watch the whole video first. We're going to go 10 more minutes. If we haven't found a building in the next 10 minutes, that at least picks up our impression that we could finish this, then we are going to call it quits and call this a failed run. Okay.
Thermal protection falling. Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Okay. You notice we're heading in a more of a southwesterly direction now. Oxygen. Open terrain. And yet nothing. Not even a building. For the kind of ships that we were seeing, like I said before, I would expect this to be a very heavily populated planet. But I'm beginning to think this is a very large planet, and maybe everything is a lot further apart from each other. Small planets are always really good, or moons even better. This is borderline ridiculous at this point, because we should have found more than one little station, communications tower, and that's it. Anything? Nothing. No buildings, nothing. Plenty of forests, though. Oxygen. See, it seems like we're running out of things to get to. Wow. There is nothing. You notice that we're not even picking up much stuff right now. We're just focused on trying to get where we need to go. That if we can find any ounce of hope, then we'll continue on with picking things up. If it's right in my way, yes, I'll grab it.
Life support power low.
All right.
Technology recharge.
Gold nugget. Go figure. All right.
Technology recharge.
Oh, we had a lot more dioxide than that.
Technology recharge.
Okay. Well, that's all we got is damaged machinery. Wasn't sure whether I got it or not. Okay, we're heading towards a ravine, which doesn't have anything in it either. So I think we're going to change direction for a little bit. There we go. Again, nothing. So 7 minutes without finding anything. And granted, I know we stopped for a few moments while we recharged stuff and got things reorganized, but still should have found something by now. And if we're not going to find anything, then it's not going to help us any, right?
Inventory full.
Alright, so that's an item. Starship launch fuel. Useless. Alright. Still going this way. Oh, we didn't know. You see what I see, right? So So how is it that I find 2 of these, but I can't find a crashed ship or anything other than 1 communication tower? As soon as I saw the ship starting to circle, I realized I'd stumbled across something, but still. I'm looking around because I'm trying to see if there's anything else near here. Look around, because you never know, right? Of course, in our case, I have a funny feeling we do know. We're not finding anything. Protection is falling. Bet you didn't know that. Again, out and about, just in case.
Life support power low.
15,000 steps. Yeah, I think we're just about done here. Let's go ahead and sell off some stuff.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
Alright, so it'll give us 3.2 million, like I said. We're not going to need the silver anymore,
Units received.
so that's useless to us since we can't build anything with it. And we can't spend it on anything. So, cadmium's worth a little bit, but it's actually worth more to us if we turn it into chromatic metal. What can this guy give us as far as upgrades are concerned? So we are beyond 10 minutes, by the way. We can get an advanced mining laser, and that would help a little bit, but that's pretty much all we got that would really be useful to us. Any place else around here? So what we could do... Artifact chart. Now, I don't know what it will find for us. Normally it's treasure. Let's see what it finds. Now, I think we can only buy 1. Yeah, ancient ruin. But we can find a monolith. Now that would be something now, wouldn't it? No, I need to add navigation data, it says. Let's see if this guy happens to have any. Should have kept some, right? No, of course. Oh, yes he does. He has 2.
Received.
Okay, good. Let's see what we can get from it. Oh, I just pulled in our ship? No kidding. I didn't know that that's what would happen. So the ship that we don't have, that doesn't exist, we just pulled it in by accident. So, ignore that. No. This guy won't help us. He's an envoy. See? He's already waving his hand at us. See? So suit upgrade charts. Yeah, we got nothing. Well, we'll look around. What do you think? We'll give it 5 more minutes and we'll see what happens since we got delayed. let's just go ahead and process the copper and, pardon me, the cadmium into chromatic metal for now. Reset the clock right now. Where's this treasure at, by the way? That way. 10 hours away. Yeah. Cadmium. Should go a little quicker. Maybe not. Same ratio. So heading towards that isn't going to work either. I mean, we could come back here instead. Where's my base in relation to here? Straight behind us, which is nearly due north. So, follow the line. Go that way, which is just east of south. Or west of south, I should say. Alright. That's what we got. So you ready? Let's go. This is our route. We're not deviating, not changing course.
Thermal protection falling.
Hold on a second.
Technology recharging.
There we go. Okay. Really hoping to find at least something down here. All right. Ancient ruin. Unknown building. We finally found an unknown building. Let's see what this one turns out to be. There's the music. Still won't recognize it because we're not close enough. Looks like a little campsite. Indeed, shelters. Why not? There we go. Yeah, the ones at these sites aren't very good. Anything up above? No. Going that way. Okay, let's keep going. If you're wondering about the scanner, what I'm looking for is that. the animal out of my way. There we go. That way, if there is a building, we might catch up to it a little quicker. Nothing on top of our mountain. Oh, I thought that was oxygen from it. Okay. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful of those hard drops, because sometimes it can break something. Keep going. See? Like that. Fortunately, I have the ferrite dust to fix it. Yeah. Take a look around first before we start heading out. Okay, I see nothing. Okay. Okay. Any buildings? Lots of bones, no buildings. Okay, keep going. And we're at 5 minutes right now. So, question's going to be, the end of this video now, should we have continued until we find something, or recognize the fact that we messed up from the very, very start? It set up the game right. Or should I have changed my rules at that point and said make it just a no starter ship challenge? As it stands, this is more like a crashed ship challenge, if you will. Yep. Busted my ankle there too. There we go. Back on track. The woods are killers on this planet. As much as I love the fact that it's a colder environment and you can see a lot more.
Life support low. Technology recharge.
Buildings? Anything? Nothing. Except minor settlement 9 hours away. Well, I think our man has failed. He found some settlements. He found places he could purchase ships, but he could not get what he required to survive and make it back off this planet. Not everything works out for the best. The animals and denizens of this planet are calling out to him. He has nothing. He has nothing. All right. Look at that. Now I can't find any buildings at all. There's literally nothing around me. It's like I'm heading into no man's land now. Even though I should be getting into more populous areas the further south I go. Let's see where we ended up on the planet. Yeah, we're still up here at the pole. It's like we haven't even moved. So that's my other theory about this planet being very large is apparently true. That this is such a big planet that we literally can't make our way out of here. Or maybe we're going around in circles and we don't realize it. Nope. I think this is it, guys. We are coming up on the 10-minute mark, and I think we're about done. All right. So all total, we have gone for about... The video says an hour and 52 minutes, but we've gone probably about an hour and 45. Can't believe that actually hurt something. Nothing. I was really hoping for at least one more building. Just to say, hey, we gave it our best. And we did find more than one building, but... Two knowledge stones pretty close by, but that's not going to be a monolith. Which is another thing, had we found a monolith, we could have at least gotten an idea where the portal was. Well, 10 minutes. That's it. So, I guess that does it for us, guys. So, I'm going to call it here. Let's see. Yep, right about there. But before we do that, there we go. And that's going to be our picture for this. Stranded alone. And we didn't make it. Alright, guys, I want to thank you for watching. So this is a failed attempt at the stranded run, and yeah, we'll put it out there. We'll put it out there because we can learn a lot just from our failures as well. And what we'll do is, if we do have a chance to do a next video, if there isn't an update next week, we will go ahead and put out another run at this. This time we'll make sure that our recipes are turned on, so we won't have to worry about the failure like we just had. So, alright guys, thank you again for watching. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we will see you again another time. Take care, everybody.